Hi, I'm Jake Birkett from Grey Alien Games, and I'm playing Eye of the Beholder, which has been in development for something like nearly 20 years, on the Commodore 128 emulator in Vice. It's available for Commodore 64 as well, of course, but on the Commodore 128, you actually get a separate window with the automap in it, which is pretty cool, and I've got it on another screen. You can't see it here, but anyway, this is my party, and I've got a tank. He's got an axe and a short sword. I've got a paladin called Nigel, who's I don't think they're skilled enough to use magic yet. And they've both got helmets and found and some shields, but nothing much yet. I've got Gwen, she's a mage, and she's got a few decent spells like magic missile and magic arrow, acid arrow, sorry, which I've used. So I haven't got them charged at the moment, or memorized, as the terminology is. And Shira is this cleric. Actually, she's a dual class. If I click on her, we can see stats. Ranger and cleric. So I'm also making her sort of throw stuff as well. And then she's got various spells, but mostly I use her for healing and this aid spell. So anyway, let's have a look. I've just sort of completed a dungeon area with skeletons and stuff. And mummies. I think I'm on level 2. It claims the middle sewer level. Anyway, I'm using WASD and Q and E to walk around and turn around. You see I'm turning the camera like so. And it's quite snappy considering this is a sort of Commodore 64 game and it's basically, you know, updating the whole screen. Well, not the whole screen, a portion of the screen. But it does sort of lag a bit when you're... Actually, I'll go this way. It does lag a bit when you're fighting enemies. And you've got to sort of hit your weapons and throwing things and spells. And this mouse cursor as well. I'm using Vice and I've had to sort of go into the settings and set this up. And I've set it to 15% normal speed because at 40% it's totally unusable. And this feels really weird anyway. Not like my Windows mouse. There's some kind of lag or something's not quite right with the X and Y. Like it's too fast horizontally and... God, I've got miles to go out of this place. Yeah, it's too fast horizontally and not fast enough vertically. Right, I'll focus on playing now, sorry. Let's get out of this zone. I've got a map on the other screen, so trust me, I'm not totally wandering, meandering pointlessly. Okay, yeah, good. So when I go down here, there's a new area. Let's have a look. I don't know what it is. There's writing on the wall, see? Entry level. And I think this is like an elevator. So I press this button and it shuts the door behind us. And then we can press the button again. And we teleport somewhere else. Look, correction facility. And there's one other place, but I'll do this first. So if I open the door, we're somewhere else now. So let's have a look around. Okay, a bunch of doors, just scouting the room before opening one of them. What's at this end? More doors. Okay, so looks like there could be something in there under the grating. I will start with this southern door. Yeah, there was something in there. I'm going to try and... Nigel should hopefully get them. Shira turned them away because they're a cleric. They've got some kind of turn undead, which sends them away for a little bit, but not forever. They do just sort of come back. Okay, sorted. So I threw a few... It's sometimes awkward to pick on things, I've got to say as well. It's super cool, this game, don't get me wrong. I'm really enjoying it, actually, but it feels a bit janky to control and a bit laggy at times, which I guess the Amiga version sort of didn't have that as far as I remember. Maybe it did, just because it was, you know, a computer that the game was designed for, that sort of 16-bit. Right, this is a special block, so there are lots of secrets. See, this is normal, and then this one. Let's press it and see what happens. Okay, let's hope it doesn't make more skeletons come out because I haven't got any healing spells left, only aid. Yeah. Probably I should sort of sleep in the game, to be honest, and That's weird. A ladder going up. Okay, cool. I assume that's up. I'll have to remember that and go and look in a minute. Oh, that's the way I came in. This room is... I check all the walls because there's always secrets. In fact, look at that. There's a pit up there. So probably on the level above you can fall down a pit and end up here. Potion. Healing. Fine. Nigel can have that. I've got... Tank's got a couple of potions as well. Alright. I think that's it for this room. Yeah. There's just this way up, which I'm quite tempted to go and have a look up there. Before I do, I'm going to rest the party. So when I rest, I can pray for different spells. Yeah, Paladin's too low level. So I'm already sort of got preset 4 Cure Light Wounds and an aid spell. And I just exit that. For the mage, 3 magic missiles and 2 Melf's acid arrow, which is pretty good, to be honest. Anyway, I'll rest and I should... Will the healers heal? Yep. This means you rest for longer if you heal. And of course the game has got a food system. So if we look there, we can see Tank's getting a bit hungry. Nigel's fine. Gwen might need something soon. Shearer. They're okay. So time passes probably more when you sleep than when you play the game. I don't think you use food fighting or walking around. I'm not sure. Maybe you do. Okay, gone up. So let's have a look. I'm looking at where this is on my map screen. Oh, okay. What does that say? Watch your step. Yeah, I've been here before. So this isn't particularly... Yeah, okay. It's nothing new and exciting. So I'll go back down. What's that? Oh, okay, it's a rock I put on a pressure plate earlier on. So in the room north of here is... I've gone back to the room where there are multiple doors. And I'm just going to check each one. More skeletons. Okay. Let's get... chuck a few ranged things. Use a magic missile. Another ranged thing. Let's do another missile. Yeah, they're all dead. I wasted that dagger. Well, of course I can pick them up, so it's not a big deal. Let's see what's in here. It's going to be hard to see what were my things and what were the enemy stuff. Maybe there's nothing. It's just like a room full of skeletons. How injured are we? Not too bad, but let's be cautious and use a cure on Nigel. Okay. Seems okay. Next room along. On the map it shows something on... Oh, it's already open. Oh, okay, this is the elevator I came in. Or teleport. I think of it as an elevator, but it's... If you weren't mapping, you might think it was an elevator. I think there's more enemies in here, so let's get an acid arrow armed and ready to roll. Shearer alt to turn them around. Then I'm going to hit them in the back. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Helmet. Now, I don't know whether I can give these. Can the magician have one? So I'm mage. If I click here, let's look at the stats. Oops, that's the wrong button. Stats. You can also press... Oh, I've accidentally pressed some F key instead of a number key. You can press number keys to flick between the portraits. So, and if I press 3 again, it shows the stats. So we've got armor class 10. Oh, I think the mouse has slowed down. If I press, yeah, no acceleration. What was it? F1? Mouse driver with acceleration. Yeah, that might be why it's weird on the X and Y. But when I do it on this, it's just really sluggish and bad and doesn't move properly right. It sort of catches sometimes like that. So my preference is with the sort of possibly janky acceleration. Yeah, so hang on, what was it doing? Charisma, armor class, not 10. If I take the helmet off, 10. Oh, so it's doing nothing for this person. Maybe they can't make use of it. Let's switch to this person and check. So 4, and if I take that off, 5. Yeah, it works. All right, they can have it. So unfortunately, the magician isn't particularly good with helmets, maybe, I guess. Their armor class is awful as well at 10. But as long as I don't get hit in the back as a party, should be okay. All right, let's check this one out. There are more enemies in here. Cool, they came running out. I think you see, it's a bit sluggish. It does confuse me. I can't tell if it's sort of stacking the actions or if the actions haven't registered. I shouldn't throw things on that side. It's a waste. It'll go past. Right, these axes sort of aren't really worth taking in my opinion because, I mean, I've got a couple already, and I mean, you can't use 2 of them. I think they're two-handed weapons. So when I put it in this slot, it grays out. Definitely pick this dagger up. See, look, the mouse pointer. Where have I got to click it? Okay. It's a bit weird. Putting these in the spare slots. When you throw one, you pick more out of your sort of spare slot. I have got a sling. The problem with the sling is it appears to be two-handed and I can't use the ank for healing, so I don't know, it's not the best thing. I sort of haven't thought this through because look, here's a bow, so if I pick up this bow, again it's going to be a two-handed weapon, they won't be able to use the ank. There's probably some hotkey to switch items in and out, I don't know. I mean, I also don't know what these slots are for. Like, you can't put stuff there, okay. What about arrows? I can put it not there, but I can put it there. So yeah, I don't know what that is, unless it's rings. Maybe it's rings. Anyway, bow. I have to go forward. So I could try and start using this instead of throwing daggers. Let's give the spare one over here. But yeah, it means that's not available and I don't know how to switch items. Let me look at the help file. Character inventory stats, yeah. Swap characters, yeah. Oh, shift. I don't really often swap characters. No, there's no sort of like hotkeys. What about the FAQ? How to use magic, common keyboard controls. Does that mean it's not been written up? Yeah, okay. I thought if there was a hotkey I could switch out the ank for something else maybe, but now I'm not so sure. I mean, I use the bow, it's just if I want healing in combat I'm going to have to maybe I can do that. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. And then I can put it back. That's okay. That's doable. A bit awkward, but doable. So pick it up, click on that. No, I don't know if... Yeah, look, and I can still cast it even though it's... So I can pre-prep a spell. That's also interesting, maybe. What if I do that? Is that pre-prepped? If I go back there, yeah, it deselects it, but that's okay. Right, back to the room. Axes, no, don't care. Which door was that? One on the east. There's nothing else in there. There's probably monsters in here. I've killed a lot and I'm worried about dying, so I'm going to save. There's a couple of ways to save. On a disk apparently, but I haven't set up a separate disk in the various emulator settings, so this fails with an error code. Flash save works, so I'm going to do that now. The only issue with that is that there's no other backups, right? It's saving one game to flash save that I can load from flash save, and it's the sort of thing I can make a mistake and save when I'm dead or something, or one of the characters is dead. I've tried using the emulator to save a snapshot, but when I try to load it, it often generates some kind of CPU error, so there's some kind of mess up. So this is my only method of saving. Probably I should set up a disk and try to do that at some point to at least have a backup, because I wouldn't like to have to restart. Okay, let's look in here. Let's go for it. I didn't really arm anything, what an idiot. Let's use the bow. No ammo. Damn. Is that because the arrows aren't over here? I'm getting mashed. If I can survive it, fair play, you know. Okay. Are they dead? Wow, the mage took them down with a dart. You think skeletons will be fairly immune to darts? I mean, there's nothing for them to stick into. Right, another helmet. Is this plain helmet? Yeah, I mean, I'll put it on her, but I'm not convinced it's modifying the stats. The awful armor class remains awful. Okay. So I think there's one more door on the east I haven't been in. Just down here. Probably more monsters. Healing. Let's give myself a... Yeah, I can even do that. Oh. Hang on. Put the bow back. Great. That's a little mini hack. Hit them in the back. Always good. Now, what spells? Anything left? Nothing. So, see if the mage can get them another dagger. You'd think they'd be pretty crap at throwing, as it's not their main skill, but maybe they've got good dexterity. Dexterity 13, it's actually not bad, not for a wizard, right? Higher intelligence at 16. I did random rolling at the beginning, but I kept rolling until I got a set that I felt was adequate for the class. Not perfect, and you can modify the stats and cheat and just give yourself 18 strength or whatever, but I view that as not great. So, in fact, this tank, what have they got? A lot of health points, which appear to be not tied to the other stats. I thought for some reason they might be tied to Constitution, but they're not. It must be some Dungeons and Dragons rules that I forgot about. So, strength is 16, which is okay for a tank, and lots of health, and Constitution, but maybe that's not for health, it's probably for like poisons and things. Let's look at the next one. Back to, I thought I was pressing the right key. 1, 2. Oh, it's because I had the spell book up, and when you press numbers on the spell book, it flips tab. You can see that. If I press escape, it goes back to the compass. Then the numbers correspond with the classes, the character. Sorry. So they've got loads of health, which is quite good, fairly strong. Wisdom 16, which I'm assuming I'm going to need when they get to cleric. You know, the ability to use their spells, I think. I mean, it didn't let me memorize any. So 3, Gwen is basically, as I said already, quite a lot of intelligence because they're a mage, so we sort of need that. And Shira has reasonable health, but not great. A lot of strength. It just came out that way in the roll. But what I was aiming for was high dexterity, 17 for the rogue. So they've got the bow now. Wisdom is 14, which is okay, but it's not like super cleric or anything. It's not bad. Okay, right. So have I done all the rooms? Was that the last one? East. It does get a bit confusing, but the automap is pretty important. Just pick up all this crud. Few knives. What's this? Scroll. Invisibility. Okay. Right. When you get a scroll, you could just use it. You put it in your hand and use it. Or you go camp and you scribe your scrolls. So invisibility. Apparently that's scribed. And if I memorize spells, it's probably like level 2 or 3 or something. There we go. Level 2 spell. I guess it must be for the whole party. Maybe it lets you sneak past certain bad monsters. Okay, I definitely need to rest the party anyway, so let's do that. Heal is heal up. All characters are rested. All right, so I suppose I should take this dagger. Yeah. So I'm not sure what was in there really. It was just like, it said correction facility, and it was just kind of like a bunch of rooms. I head north. Yeah, just a bunch of rooms full of sort of skeletons, really. I mean, unless one of them has got a secret, which, I mean, I looked at the walls pretty carefully. So, well, one of them did have, actually, didn't it? And we found it, so. Which one was it? Was this the secret wall? No, oh, this is the elevator. Okay, I'm going to go back. So this should teleport us to a different location called death section, which, you know, a little bit concerning sounding. I'm just going to save game flash save. Takes a little while, but it's not too bad. There we go. Also, when this loads up, it says Commodore 128 detected. Press F3 for turbo mode, like 2 megahertz mode. And that's, I think, supposedly makes everything go snappier. Yet when I press F3, literally nothing happens. So, I mean, I can't see any change or any indication that it's working. And when I tried it in Commodore 64 mode, the emulator, F3 did say it changed to 2 megahertz mode or whatever in the text in this down here, but nothing obviously happened either, because I mean Commodore 64 is a 1 megahertz machine, so it shouldn't have been possible. So maybe there's some setting I'm missing out on in Vice. I have to configure up a CPU, but I think by default 128s are 2 megahertz, so I don't understand. Anyway, I've gone to the other place and it sounds bad. Let's get stuff armed. Maybe we should use the most powerful ones first for fun. So the acid arrows. I'm not sure how much damage that does, if it tells you anywhere, like when it, because normally the weapon damage appears here, but it would be cool if it told you how much damage you hit for. Yeah, let's take a rock. You can never have enough rocks for pads. Okay, so there's a door here. Now, the funny thing about this game is it teaches you explicitly early on that some doors you can lift up. So if I click on it, tank forces the door. Okay, cool. Acid arrow. Does acid work on those, whatever they are? I might do another one. Shit, it missed. Pardon my language. No ammo. Okay. Just going to move away a bit. You can do, what do they call it? Kiting, where you move around an enemy and before they hit you, you're supposed to move out the way, and I failed miserably then. No ammo. Yeah, mage won again with their dagger. Pretty good. Okay, so everyone's a bit beaten up after that. It's time for Shearer to get on the healing wagon or train or whatever. Okay. Another go. This isn't even working. Or is it? I mean, are they that injured? Why is it not working? Oh, okay, it's slow. My mistake. So, yeah, okay, it was a delay. I was looking away every time. Okay. So this is the supposed death room. And it was pretty bad, actually. Pick that up. Arm that for now. Spare dagger. Okay. So just a sort of plain square room with a key. A gold key. I don't remember if I've seen a gold lock. There must be one somewhere. I'll have to consult the map. Yeah, I've forgotten what keyholes look like exactly on the map diagram. Okay, I see. There's a funny little notch on the map. And there were 3. There's another key hole somewhere else, but I've been in there. Yeah, I don't know what the gold key's for. I actually don't know where to go next either, so yeah, shame I can't share the map screen easily. Can I press M in this? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I've got it on a separate screen, but I can show you where I am. So I've just done this small area here and got the gold key. This was the room with all the doors and the skeletons. And I can go back and teleport out of this zone. I was wondering if these are keyholes, these funny notches. And I've done all these 3, but I don't know what that one is. But I suspect I've done it because the room above it's empty. And there's another one there, which is, oh, okay, I can't see the top. Up on the mini map I've got separately, there's a stairs up or down there. So maybe it's time to just go down another level. Oops, picked a shield up. So let's get out of here. This correctional facility, or well, this is the death place, but let's press again. So it goes back to entry level. I will go and look at this keyhole up here and just see what it was. Should be yeah, just a silver. Lock appears jammed. Okay, but I've obviously been in here. Yeah, nothing. All right, so I've got a gold key and nowhere to use it. Sad face. And there are some stairs down nearby, I think. Let's go and find those. In fact, if I press map, yeah, you can see them in the top right here. So I need to get up there. So I'm going to run through this and go and have a look at that. I'm just kind of cheating and using the map as a sort of quick navigation tool. Whoops. Okay, and there was a keyhole there. What? Oh, that's what the gold key's for. So you had to explore the level in order to be allowed down. Well, except okay, ladder. I'm going to save, and I think I'll probably leave it there. But anyway, this is either Beholder on Commodore 128. I hope you enjoyed watching it and learned something about how to play the game. Have a go if you like this sort of game. It's very good. Okay, bye for now.